Hello students, welcome to another class of our 7th standard English 6th part. Today we will start the third lesson, Suvira. So what the story of Suvira is, we will see in short, is that if we take the questions, we'll get much more clear. From the book you will see that in the first part, the questions three are given that suppose you are leaving a school and going to another city to settle, and there you are going to another school, then what are the questions that will arise and what are the problems will you face and sort out? So how would you feel about having to leave? How would you feel? What do you feel? How would you feel about having to join another school? Because in the older school, you are leaving all your friends and other people who are very close to you, your friends. You know, it takes time to develop friends, and once you have made it, and when you have to leave it, you are emotionally very much depressed. You don't like it. If a new student joins your class, how would you help the new student settle in? So here also another question is to pose before you, that if another student also suppose is coming from a school not belonging to you, and he or she comes for the first time, how you will help that new student to cope up? In this story, the narrator recalls how difficult it was for to change schools in midterm. So midterm, his father is, business is wind up in, and at that time she has to move to another school, and at that time in another city, what problems she faces, what was the reason why, you know the narrator's father had to move. We'll see in the first part. So you got the idea that Suvira is a student and she has to change the city because of her father's problem in business or the job, and he leaves and goes to another school, what do you call it, the city, and therefore we'll see in that. I arrived at the school in the middle of its term. It couldn't be helped. Always in the middle of the time you leave the school, then to cope up the new timetable and the syllabus, it's difficult. My father's life was suddenly take a U-turn because he's resigned from the job. U-turn, sharp U-turn, from this way he's gone this way back. He's resigned from the job, decided to change tracks in his career. Sometimes the father changes his mind to do another thing. Our school had to pack up. Our family had to pack up and leave our hometown. So the hometown which is there, to leave there. It was awful saying goodbye to all. Once you leave the city where we are staying, you not only the relations and that we maintained for so many years, you have to shift from that to another place. So you have to leave those relations back, the friends. And now our lives were turned upside down, and each one was trying to cope up with the changed circumstances with the best as we could. You not change the circumstances, but where was nothing to be done except the hope that this cloud too would have its silver lining. So here, the silver lining that every cloud has. So here we can say that the cloud always is dark and it's gloomy, but the silver lining means the brighter side of life we will see most probably. She's expecting that. My second day in the new school was marked with her excitement. Now, first day is okay. She introduced herself and she made some general awareness. She got some general awareness about who the people in her class were, in school were. And at that time when she went there was school finalizing the athletics, inter-school athletics meet. Meet means the competition, inter-school, and for that selection was to be done. packets of glucose for last minute energy boosts, energy drink, so you can, get the energy to do perform properly in that sport you are taking part. So that was also there. I sat near the track, shaking my legs to keep off the mid-January chill. As you know, she has moved to Delhi, which is very cold in January, winter season. And also, I guess the nervousness I had, the Calcutta, it's a warmer climate. She was from Kolkata, and that Kolkata, that was warm climate. Warmer means much more less cold than that she was experiencing in Delhi, and was unprepared for the sting of Delhi's chilly winter morning. Sting, चुभता है ऐसे cold, ठंड. तो वो दिल्ली का था, वो she had come from Kolkata, so she is very, we can say, feeling cold and chilly compared to her home state. This Delhi is having much more colder climate. I wore a red t-shirt and white shorts, red because I was put in the red house. As you know, the house you belong, that type of clothes you have to, the dress code is there, in that code you have to adhere to. And if you are in red house, red colored t-shirt, as you know, in our school also we have. But my housemates pretty much ignored me, because you are new, no one knows you, so who will pay attention to you, huh? So that she's experiencing. Not they were not unfriendly on purpose, but this was a busy day, a day to pack the favorite, not some unknown, किसी को जानते नहीं, वो कैसे उसको आप बैकअप करोगे? तो बैकअप जिसको ही करोगे जिसको आप जानते हो. तो here she was, the writer is unknown. Dipti too. I also cursed myself for being stupid enough to volunteer to run for 800 meters race. Dipti told me that I had an impossibly tough task. यार तुमने 800 meters running क्यों choose किया? Because if you do that, you will have to face Suvira Mathur. Suvira Mathur जो है वो ब्लू हाउस की सबसे ज़्यादा अच्छी तरह खेलने वाली है, दौड़ने वाली. तो नेवर हैड बीन बीटन इन द इवेंट, नॉट इवन इंटर स्कूल इवेंट्स. वो कभी हारी नहीं है 800 मीटर, तो तू उसके सामने क्यों आई? इनफैक्ट शी श्योर मी सुविरा होल्ड्स द दिल्ली इंटर स्कूल रिकॉर्ड फॉर 800. 800 मीटर की रेस का वो इंटर स्कूल का रिकॉर्ड उसने जो बनाया है अभी तक टूटा नहीं है. I eyed the said Mrs. Mathur. Mrs. Mathur जो है उसको मैंने देखा. She had long muscular legs and a true runner's stride. She was healthy and strong. She had her friendly face which flashed smiles to everyone dressed in blue. So अपने blue house में जो भी थे उसको smile कर रही थी, क्योंकि सब उसको जानते थे. Everyone in the blue house expected कि Suvira Mathur will definitely win the 800 meters race for them. So she also smiling in. But when she moved, she was like well-oiled machinery. Well-oiled machinery means अच्छी तरह हट्टी कट्टी, और है ना पहलवान जो दौड़ने के लिए अच्छा जो बॉडी चाहिए उसको उसमें ऐसा था दिख रहा था. I tried to shake off my feeling of certain disaster. अपने आप में see always this writer always gives us this when she is psychologically preparing against a very tough opponent. So she is really talking to herself and giving herself what you call it, the we can say positivity that is needed to fight against a stiff and tough opponent like Miss Mathur. How that I put myself into this, as well as give it my best shot. So it's always telling, I will also give my best shot. Why I should fear anybody? Had won the 800 meters couple of times in Kolkata. मैं भी ऐसे जीती हूँ, ऐसा 800 meters मैं भी जीती हूँ, तो that is no problem. What was the guarantee that Suvira was better, faster than me? क्या गारंटी है कि मेरे से फास्ट दौड़ेगी? मैं भी 800 मीटर जीती है, वो जीती है, तो मैं भी जीती हूँ. I could well turn out to be the new heroine of show queen of the fast track or something grand like that. मैं भी क्यों नहीं वो फास्ट ट्रैक की रानी कहलाऊँ, मैं भी क्यों एक रिकॉर्ड नहीं बनाऊँ. I have also got the capability to that to do. With such wonderful, fanciful thoughts, warm the cockles of my heart. Warm the cockles of my heart. You can see the meaning down. Warm the cockles of my heart means giving confidence to her. No one. I too got up, test my old, slightly battered spikes on the new, unfamiliar track. So her spikes were not good enough. New one. No one cheered me as I warmed up, doing springs. अपने आप को वार्म अप कर रही है, स्ट्रेचेस कर रही है, फोर्स विंटर चिल को बाहर निकालने के लिए आउट ऑफ माई बोन्स एंड मसल्स. अगर आप अंदर से वार्म नहीं होगा ना आप में बॉडी में, तो रनिंग के लिए या कुछ भी एथलेटिक्स जब आप परफॉर्म करते हो तो यू वॉन्ट बी एबल टू परफॉर्म 100% बिकॉज योर body needs that warmth to get energy to perform that particular act of sport. So only the power of positive thinking can and me were that there hand in hand. The power positive thinking shared to catch my breath and watch the 110 hurdles and high jump poles. और उसका टर्न 800 मीटर्स का है, तब तक वो ना पोल्स और दूसरी जो आगे पीछे जो मैचेस या फिर जो भी खेल हो रहे वो देख रही है. जैसे कि हाई जंप हो रहा था, 110 मीटर्स हर्डल हो रहा था, तो उसने वो देखा. आई somehow had never been able to conquer these two events, but today I promised myself I would fly. तो वो कह रही है ना कि आई नेवर वॉन्ट दिस हाई जंप पोल्स एंड 100 मीटर्स hurdles, but definitely today in 800 meters I'll have to beat the toughest opponents or whatever the person is and get the best out of me. And then the 800 meters race was announced. We drew lots for our lanes and I got lane 3. Lots यानी ऐसा नहीं कि मैं फर्स्ट लेन में से दौड़ना चाहती हूँ तो आई विल गेट द फर्स्ट लेन, सेकंड लेन, थर्ड लेन, वॉट एवर आई चूज. लॉट्स मीन्स you will given chance according to the position you have to stand by the referee. That referee will draw lots, means he will pick up which number will stand first, second, like that. So drawing lots of our lanes, and I got lane 3 and picked up the right lane next to Suvira. और Suvira जो टफ कंटेस्टेंट थी उसके बाजू में उसका जो है चांस लगा दौड़ने का. हु वॉज रनिंग इन लेन 4 और 3 और 4 दोनों राइट रेसिंग 3 and 4 में थी दिस सुबीरा. नॉट वेरी ऑस्पिशियस स्टार्ट, फेवरेबल नहीं है, मेरे बाजू में ही है तो मुझे हमेशा उसका डर रहेगा. एंड आई विल go have to feel that fear of her. That is not a good start, favorable नहीं है मेरे लिए, अच्छी बात नहीं है. I slight tremble shook my dwindling confidence. Dwindling यानी कम होता हुआ अपना आत्मविश्वास, dwindling confidence. I admit that for a fleeting moment I actually considered feigning a faint right and then बेहोश हो जाऊंगी, मैं गिर जाऊंगी बेहोश होके. But I couldn't let myself down and that badly so I maybe a lot of things but I'm not chicken. मैं कुछ छोटी मोटी नहीं हूँ. मैंने भी 800 मीटर्स जीता है अपने आप को वो बता के अपने आप का कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा रही है वो. Someone come on, I coaxed my cold limbs as I did another round of quick springs. I had so much to prove and so much to achieve. को मुझे भी applause करो, मुझे भी कोई she is trying to coax her means अपने आप को समझा रही है, persuade कर रही है कि my cold limbs which are there. She is trying to make it warm by jumping and springing and trying to get the confidence. Up till now we have seen that she is ready for the race. So we conclude our first part over here. We will see you in the next class, the remaining part of the lesson. With this, thank you and have a nice day.